We are talking about why Zack Snyder doesn't want Grant Gustin to replace Ezra Miller as the new Flash. And why are we even talking about this? Maybe you've been living under a rock, but Ezra Miller is nuts.
He's crazy.
He's a crazy person. Yeah. The guy has lost his, or person or whatever, not even going to get into that, has lost his marbles. He is grooming 12-year-old kids. He's like pulling his gun out. He went to a badminton game night or some kind of game night at some family's house.
Badminton.
And he's sitting there in front of the parents, hitting on a 12-year-old boy. And when the father of the said boy says, "Hey man, chill out, dude," and tries to tell him to back off, Ezra Miller opens his coat to show him a piece and says, "You keep talking about that, using problematic speech like that, and we're going to have a problem." I'm not joking.
That is such a villain move, man.
He is a villain. He is the reverse Flash, which means DC has fired him. They were like, this guy cannot be the Flash. I don't care how good the Flash does, right? Let's say the Flash comes out and it's a hit. It makes $5 billion at the box office and everyone loves it. DC, regardless of how good it does, is not going to hang their hat on this insane, unbalanced individual. So they're talking about replacing him. And of course, Grant Gustin's name is being thrown out there. Shane, why is Grant Gustin's name being thrown out there?
Because Ezra needs to take a trip to Thailand.
You realize the majority of people that are watching this are seeing this way out of context.
We have a Thailand joke going on here. Okay, sorry, my bad. Because Grant Gustin is the Flash on the CW's version of the Arrowverse.
No, Barry. We are the Flash.
Shut up, man.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember when Iris looked at Barry, stone cold, sober, right?
Yes.
No emotion in her face, no parody, no
Nothing
jokes. No Barry. We are the Flash. Oh, that's what I was like. Nope.
I'm done.
I'm out. I'm done.
That was the last episode we ever watched.
That was the last episode Shay and I ever reviewed on this channel. We were reviewing every episode. When that happened, like, we're done.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. You can go back and look at that episode. It's literally the last one we ever did. We never came back.
It was terrible. What's funny about this story is that Zack Snyder doesn't want Grant Gustin to replace Ezra Miller because he's going to have to bring Iris with him in order for them to be the Flash together, and that's why he doesn't want it. No, that's not what this story says. I'm sorry, guys, that's not it.
Oh man,
there's only one person who can fit in the suit. Only one. It's not 4 legs or 4 arms. 2.
Oh man, dude, the Flash, it was so weird. That show had so much potential.
It was a great show.
It went from like a really good show, good actors. Tom Cavanaugh's a stud. Such great, thought, compelling television with a cool superhero and some comedy and some levity, and it was fun, right? And it just slowly, over 8 seasons, became this unwatchable, unbearable, cringe-tastic show about what looks like a version of the Flash that is so beaten down by his family and the people around him that he just wants to kill himself and he doesn't know how.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Yeah. What was really great about it is it was actually it felt like a comic book TV show.
Right.
Like you felt like you were reading a comic book watching that show, which was cool. So what Zack Snyder has to say here is very interesting. It's not that he probably doesn't think that Grant Gustin is a good actor. What he says is that Grant Gustin plays a more it's a different tone, right? Grant Gustin is a little more positive, funnier, has a more mild tone compared to the DCU Flash, because the DCU Flash is dark and wait, Ezra Miller wasn't dark.
No.
His character wasn't. He was the funny one.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the actor, because the actor is dark and a pedophile. And
Is he talking about the Reverse Flash?
yeah, I think that because even in the Snyder cut, like the funny character was Barry Allen.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think there's much difference between those two characters other than the setting.
Let me tell you what I think the difference is. Zack Snyder's Flash is not a superhero. Zack Snyder's Flash is a reluctant person who has some superhero powers, who does what he's basically told to do. Barry Allen, Grant Gustin's version of Barry Allen, he's a superhero. He's the front man, he's the lead, he's the strong one, and they don't want the Flash with a bunch of other superheroes to be the front character.
Right.
So let Grant Gustin be the Flash. You're going to bring in a ton of fans who already love Grant Gustin to watch the movie. Yeah. Plus, whoever's not heard of Grant Gustin, who will still go watch DCEU movies, they're going to come anyways to watch him do it.
Right.
And give the guy a chance. So I don't agree with Zack on this.
And you know why I'm with you here and not with Zack Snyder?
Because I'm your brother, and you better well be.
They can only bring one character.
That's true. That's true.
And you know what the problem is with the Flash TV show? Not the Flash.
Yeah, Flash is not the problem. You're
it's
right.
everyone around him that is sucking the life force out of that person. Like, what are those mythical creatures the women that like suck people?
Succubus?
A succubus. They're like TV show succubuses, just sucking the life out of the character that is the Flash. If you remove him from that TV show, it's sort of like when you rescue a dog from a breeder, or from one of those like really gnarly like puppy factories. It's like that. It's like if they actually brought Flash over, in my head I would hear Alanis Morissette, "In the arms of an angel," and I would see Barry's face, "Fly away from me," and Barry's face coming through the Speed Force as he enters the Zack Snyder, and we've saved him. We've saved him from the emotionally abusive succubuses that is the Flash TV show.
I like it.
That's over here.
What's interesting about this article is it goes on to say that most of the reason why we're even going to the theaters to watch this movie is to see Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck both play different versions of Batman. And I'm like, that's not the reason we're going to the movie.
No. That
bonus.
At best, that's a bonus. I'm going for the Flash.
This is the Flash's movie, guys.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
They do have a problem, though. They got a problem. Ezra Miller he's done. He is just done.
Yeah, if the guy doesn't go to prison, then I'm surprised.
Well, even if he doesn't go to prison, he's never going to work in Hollywood again. I mean, there's just too many weird things going on here. Too many things he's doing that just aren't right. Nobody's going to want to hire him. He's just, he's a loose cannon.
Yeah.
So what do?
They need to replace him.
So they still have to replace Ezra.
No matter what they do. Okay. So from what I've heard, that's another thing too. I did some heavy research on this topic. And from what I heard, the screenings for the Flash, like the test screenings, went really well with test audiences, to the point where the studio is now sort of banking like their whole DCEU future on this movie. That's why they changed like the dates around and all that.
Yeah,
because they want to make sure that the Flash comes after these other DC properties, because it is like it's a big reboot type thing. So the movie is playing really well. It tested really well. The studio has high hopes for this movie to the point where they're already like marketing it years ahead of time. All the indications that the movie honestly, and not just saying this, honestly feels like they have a hit here are out there. So if that's the case, they're going to continue this franchise. Like, they're not going to just be like, oh, we had a great Flash movie. Thanks, guys. No, they're going to continue it. And they lost Henry Cavill, or pretty much. They lost Ben Affleck.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, right. They lost Ben Affleck, or pretty much. And they're losing all these, like, characters that are a part of this Flash movie, right?
Yeah.
So they can't really lose Ezra. Well, they have to lose Ezra. So now they need to replace him. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. I think that because they have to replace this character and they don't want it to be such a shock to the fans, I think that this is the moment we can get Henry Cavill back as Superman.
Good call. Why not just pay that dude whatever the hell you got to pay him to keep being Superman?
Right. For real.
Why not?
I don't understand. He's the best Superman since
Christopher Reeve.
100%. Thank you. Yes. He's outstanding. He wants to do it, and the only thing that's stopping you, literally the only thing, is that you guys can't agree on a price. Hello? Solve that problem.
Pay him more.
Pay him more. He's worth it. And Man of Steel made tons of money. However you feel about Batman vs. Superman, made tons of money. The only loss there would have been the Justice League, and we all know the shenanigans that went around with the Justice League. It's not like you actually got Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Justice League in the correct format. You had the first two movies that came out correctly, then you had a movie that came out that was mired in controversy. Zack Snyder lost his daughter. He took off. You hired a completely different director with a completely different tone that came in. He absolutely butchered the script, changed the movie, cut out almost an hour out of the story, and the theatrical release of that movie wasn't well received. Oh, surprise, surprise! It wasn't made by the same people. It was like a different movie with the same actors. So you have a winning formula here. You just had some bumpy spots along the way, halfway because of your own inability to be flexible. Because had you told Zack Snyder, hey man, take the time you need and come back and finish your movie, because Zack Snyder didn't ask to be let go from that movie. He said he needed a break. He wasn't planning on leaving it. He wanted an extension. The studio wouldn't give him an extension. And so instead they replaced him. And this is what happens. So the studio, their actions are constantly tripping up the DCEU. So they can slow down and go, okay, we're losing the Flash. This for once, it's not your fault. It's not your fault you're losing this character. So you can fix it by going to the guy, Henry Cavill, who almost on a weekly basis posts that he wants to be Superman, and just give him the money he's asking for. And to make it even weirder, his manager is the same manager of both The Rock, Black Adam, and Shazam. What's his real name? Zachary Levi.
Mm-hmm.
You're working with the same group of people that are working with Henry Cavill. Just hire Henry Cavill.
Yeah, they're gonna eat some crow on this one, I think. I mean, Superman is one of the most iconic characters of all time. You need to have the best person playing him. That's it.
Yes, and you can distract fans easily by saying, yeah, we're losing Ezra Miller as a Flash, we're recasting this person, who cares, right? Let's say it's Grant Gustin. Let's say it's, I don't know,
anybody. It
James
really could be
Jones, who cares? Anyone. If you follow that news with we've rehired Henry Cavill as Superman, then no one cares. No one cares anymore about who's playing the Flash.
It's a good point, man. Well said. So this was supposed to be a Flash video, but it's really a Henry Cavill video.
Yeah. Look, that's one thing too. Like, you're right. But it's another thing is that Ben Affleck said he wasn't coming back for Batman, yet he came back. He came back for Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut. And then after enjoying his time redoing that movie, his scenes got re-injected into Flashpoint. So he wasn't going to come back for Flashpoint. Well, now he's back for his scenes in Flashpoint. So it looks like Ben Affleck's relationship with the studio is being repaired now that what's his name? Joss Whedon's gone, right?
Yeah.
Which means that we can probably get this back on track. We got Ben Affleck in the movie. We got Black Adam coming out with Shazam. We got Aquaman coming out. We can get this back on track. You lost Ezra Miller. Use that opportunity to sort of force your hand, quote unquote, and get the correct gang back together, and you'll be good.
Let's get the band back together, guys. Come on.
Get the band back together. I know there's people out there that hate DC, but
why?
We don't really understand those people because we love DC.
I mean, I grew up watching Superman and Batman. I don't understand why anybody hates DC.
Yeah. I like it. I like the DC. Yeah. All right. So that said, we are the Flash.
We are the Popcast.
We are the Popcast.
And that's literally true.
Shane, run, run. You know what's funny is in that show, just a quick side note before we go. I remember the first time they said that when Tom Cavanaugh's character, he was like playing a character that was playing another character, and it was very cool. But he's training Barry Allen, and they finally did that line from the comic books where they're like, "Run, Barry, run," and it was like, yeah, that line's awesome, and he delivers it perfectly, right? Everyone held their breath and lost it because like that was awesome. And then they did that again and again and again and again, and then it was run, Iris, run. Run, Iris, run. Right? And run, this person, run. And everyone is constantly telling Barry to run. And you've taken this moment that was so epic and earned, and you made it cheap. You made it cheap and gross. And every time you say it now, I feel dirty. So, thank you.
Like you've been to Thailand.
God, Shane. Everyone that's watching this they have no context.
Well, they need to go and watch the live show from last Thursday, and you will understand the Thailand comments.
Great. You're just really trying to put all my stuff out there. I made a mistake. I didn't.
No, you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain. Let him go see it.
All right. That's it. We're out. Love you guys. On the way to the comment section to tell Shane your favorite place to visit in Thailand, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the alert button. Let us know you care. Let us know you want to see more of this epic meltdown. My slow and gradual descent into chaos.
Insanity. Yes.
Insanity. Because that's what's happening right now.
Yes, I agree.
That said, run, audience, run.